Good morning, everyone. That went so fucking good. I'm so happy. Jesus Christ. Ah, hang on. I forgot to unmute you guys. Jesus. There we go. We're all good.
He fixed it. He fixed it. Oh my God.
Junk food, coffee, and Coke. Ah.
Good morning. Yeah, the blue screen of death. Yeah.
I was actually looking at chat, and John2618 is like, blue screen of death. And Train Freak's like, well, someone's PC just crashed. Oh, that works so good. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trackside Live with the Back on Track team. As you know, we've got Claude, AllyChat, and Steve Arnold on panel, as well as myself. Now, you might notice a couple of things. Claude and Steve have got some of our merchandise.
Merch! Go merch!
I'm surprised you two are just sitting there quietly. Like, literally, like, there's the merch and you just...
Come on, get excited!
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so, whilst I drink my coffee.
And Steve's got it round the right way.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I wore it. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, besides that, as everyone knows, today's topic for today's show is what is or are your most frustrating model railroading moments. Okay, now I've got one really big one that I can't even speak about it. I can show you, but I don't want to speak about it. I don't like speaking about it. It bugs me speaking about it. It crushes me speaking about it.
It's so crushing.
Come on, I'll show you guys the photos and you were just like,
You fixed it up pretty well. You saved it.
Well, it was either that or spend another $3,000 to redo the whole layout. So, but yeah, so in saying that, we're putting the question out to you guys, because the thing is, like, when there is a frustrating moment, depending if it's like a little one, like, I don't know, a locomotive kept shorting out for no reason, or a big one where half your layout just snaps in half, I was going to say, it can come about where, obviously something bad's happened, but something good can come out of it, because there's different ways you can fix things as well, as, and it's the one thing we love, rebuilding. Seems to be the one thing we always do with our layouts is rebuild and build and build and build. It never stops. But in saying that, everyone has a frustrating moment or frustrating moments. So I guess whilst we put the question to you guys, what does the panel have in regards to frustrating moments that you guys have dealt with and how you overcame them?
Who wants to start?
I know Steve had a frustrating moment. That's how the shirt became what it is.
Which one?
When he couldn't find his rewriter.
I'm never.
And we all had a good laugh at that and came up with a shirt.
I'm not buying one of those. I will. I'm not gonna buy one.
So that was one of the good things that came out of a frustrating moment. But I know what that's like when you got something in plain sight and you can't find it. So that is frustrating. And that happens. It happens more and more, it seems like to me.
Because you had a man look. There we go.
Well, when I lost it, I put it away with my heavyweights, and it's the same size, same color, basically. Threw it in there, and I was looking right at it, never saw it.
Yeah. Well, and Shannon, I sent you a picture of my most recent frustration. I was trying to put in the steel trestle.
Yeah, I can actually pop that up right now. I just got to find the right screen. Because if I
was
don't get
trying
the
to put
right
the
screen.
trestle in, and I didn't leave enough room at the base for the trestle to go in, so I had to do some rearranging. And it was kind of frustrating, but the good thing is I didn't have any scenery on it yet. So I dug into the mountain and started to re-terraform, so I have some place to put the trestle. And I think this will work fine. Now all I got to do is wait on the plaster to get here so I can plaster it and repaint it. And then I can get the trestle in. Or I could just leave that stick there like it is now.
Yeah. It's pretty typical enough if it's OH&S non-compliant. Actually, in saying that, I'm just reading the chat. There's actually a few people commenting on the chat so far. So John268, John, that wasn't in regards to the blue comet, was it? That paint job? I hope it's not. So John2618 says, ruining a paint job that I spent weeks doing, had to start over. Nancy has said her most frustrating moments is track work and feeders, which I think a lot of people, you know, do. I have seen a lot of people always have a lot of frustration when doing any form of wiring.
Yeah, Jason said he was wiring his backwards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the worst, especially when you do a whole length of it and then there's just one pair that's ran the wrong way and you're trying to figure out which pair did I put the wrong way. Let's see. Container Man says you need new glasses, Steve.
I know. Actually, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Let's see what else. Nancy again, elevating track for N scale. OMG, so frustrating because you want elevation, but those tiny little things hate it. Yes, actually, I can attest to that. You know, being an N scaler myself. Yeah, it is frustrating. You know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other N scalers out there are the same. Doing any form of elevation with the N scale track. You know, unless your locos are built for elevation, they just don't like it, and you go to modifying it, and then modifying it gets frustrating, and then, you know, and sometimes you get this one loco you really love, and you're like, ooh, sweet, and then you go run it, and it just spins wheels at the bottom of the hill, and you're just looking at it going, why?
Oh.
Well, one of the things too is you ever order something online or on eBay or whatever it might be, and you're waiting to get it so you can continue on with whatever you're working on, and it gets to you and it's either the wrong size or not what you thought it was, or you ordered it wrong. That's the most frustrating.
In saying that,
what if you order something and it doesn't get here?
Yeah,
it goes by your house 3 times.
Actually, I was going to say that, Steve. Do you want to just message me the tracking number? I'll look it up on the tracking website, and I'll show everyone the tracking. Come on, send us the tracking number. Everyone will have a good laugh. Only you, Steve. Only you. It's anything that goes to your house.
Frustrating moment. Ordering. I'm going to paint some. Shannon talked me into painting stuff. Order the decals from Microscale. Following the tracking number, gets to Medford, which is 45 minutes from my house. Look at it. Great. It should be here tomorrow. Next thing I know, it's going to Utah. It ends up in Utah. Then it goes to, I think it was Boulder, Colorado. Then it went to Seattle. And it's like, okay, well, and this took 4 days. Then it gets to Portland. So at least it's, you know, headed my way. That's 5 hours coming south. Comes to Eugene. Cool. Okay. Going to go back to Medford. And Eugene is about an hour from my house on I-5. So, and Container Man knows this. So it goes by my house. I'm 10 minutes from the freeway, goes back to Medford. took 6 days to go back to Medford. So it's like, okay, well, at least I'll get it today. Well, it shows that it left Medford at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, which means I should have got a notification that it's coming today. I didn't get one, so God knows where it's going. So I'm gonna go out on the freeway and just look for the UPS truck going by. Or the
UPS truck down.
Flagging down.
Just have a billboard. Do you have this tracking number?
I should give everybody the tracking number, and then you can all look at where it's going.
Oh god! Like when you told me that this morning, I was thinking it's only your house, because how many packages have I sent to your house, Steve, and the same things happened?
That's the first time it's ever done it to me. But
yeah, to you, but to me, like I look and I go, oh yeah, because geographically, I don't know where Medford and Portland and all that is. I'm just like, okay, it goes da 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 da. But I'm looking at it and I go, okay, it's there, and then it disappears, and then it says, "Is in Oregon." I'm like, okay, and then and this will go on for days. Like I'll be looking at it going from Portland to Medford to Oregon, and then I'm like, I think that's the order, and yeah, I've just given up. As I just look at it and go, okay, it's in Oregon. It'll be there within the next 3 days.
Yeah, right. Well, the weird thing is these decals are coming from Southern California. It should be 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Nancy has a very similar situation to you, Steve. And I was up to date with that. I'm not sure where it is now, but that one went around the world for her too.
Yeah, it was coming from me going to Nancy.
Oh, that's where it was coming from.
Right.
Yeah, and it got to Seattle, and then went from Seattle to Jersey City, and then to Connecticut, and then back to Jersey City, and then back to Seattle, and then back to Jersey again, and back to Connecticut, and then back to Seattle, and I don't know how many times it went back and forth, but clear across the country.
They've got computerized scanning for these tracking numbers. How can they keep going wrong places?
Well, in my case, they put the wrong tracking number on the package when I shipped it. And so it had the right address on it, but the wrong tracking number. They weren't looking at the address. They were looking at the tracking number. So I finally had to get a hold of them in Seattle. And the guy said, okay, when that one comes in, I'll have it stopped and we'll deliver it by the address. Because she lives, from what I could tell, at the time she's living less than a mile from where the package was coming in Seattle.
Wow.
And yet it wasn't getting to her. It was going back to New Jersey.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah. Actually, I was just going through the chat. Fred Wild. I think my most frustrating moment was when my younger brother ran my most expensive engine off the end of the table onto the floor. I was about 17 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel for you. My heart aches.
And the sad thing is, reading that, I remember when I was about 5, my granddad got me a HO layout, and 5-year-olds destructive, right? It was a simple loop with a siding. The siding faced Mum's bookshelf cabinet. So I used to do a few loops, get the trains really warmed up, get them going at full speed. Then I'll flick them onto the siding. The siding's a nice straight siding, and just watch them go.
Yeah, but as a kid, that's not frustrating. That's what you were trying to do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I can understand where Fred's brother was, and like, ooh, destruction. When you get older, it's like, ooh, money.
You don't think about this when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, how about Sparky? Ooh, did you read? Oh my goodness.
He's
Building a helix. Learning the hard way to use top quality wood to build it from, because spruce just flexes too much over time. Ooh, that would be a problem. Yeah. You spent a lot of time on that helix too.
Actually, Sparky. Actually, Sparky. You know what? If you're rebuilding it, 1/4 inch thick steel, no issues. You know, and what you do is just set up the bottom, and then you know just tack all the whole way up. Just go.
Another frustrating thing I had was it wasn't on my layout, but it was associated with my layout. Is the trip we took last year on the narrow gauge trains. We were going to go by Como, Colorado, where they still have a roundhouse there. It's not being used, but they're refurbishing it, and they've got a turntable, and they're laying some more track, and some other buildings have been redone. And we were going to stop by there because it's right by the highway we were going to be on, and go up and take some pictures. You know, get some good close-up pictures and stuff of the turntable and the roundhouse. And we get there, and it's fenced off. And what I didn't understand at the time, didn't know at the time, was that it's on private property. Well, they have work days when it's open to everybody come in and work on it, you know, that wants to help volunteer. But this day there wasn't anybody there. And, well, there was one guy waiting for somebody, but he was by the fence. So I asked him, and he said, oh, it's owned by a guy here in town that's all private property. And they keep it locked up except when they have work days. So I didn't get to get in and see it up close. We did take some pictures from the parking lot area, but that was kind of frustrating because I'd looked forward to that for several months and got up there and couldn't do it. So that's always crazy, but at least it wasn't on my layout.
I've got a frustrating moment because everyone knows how much I love painting. Hashtag rolls eyes.
Hence why I get all your painted jobs.
So I have attempted painting in the past many times, and many times people have banned me from ever painting anything ever again. So I have such nice models, and I do a nice job, and then I paint it, and it's just, ugh. So it's frustrating for me. But one of my most frustrating jobs was painting the fuel tank on that, and then having to strip it all back because I painted it on way too thick. It just melted, and I was just, oh my God. Frustrating as all hell. So not painting anymore. I've stopped. Ban me from the airbrush, somebody, please.
Yeah, nah, easy done. Let's see. Everyone's gone quiet.
Claude, you're starting a trend with your shirt.
I know.
That's not.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Chuck said he liked it. Well, you can own one of these, Chuck.
Yeah.
Just go to that link and you can get one yourself.
Have one. You can harass Steve. Yeah, you can wear it. And he won't know what you're talking about.
Actually, Sparky's actually come up with a good point for me to remember what's going to happen when my toddler turns 5.
Ooh, dear.
Actually, I'm going to go through that twice now. I've already gone through it once. I'm going to go through it again with Andreas, and now I'm going to go through it a third time once the new one comes. Oh. Actually,
we can tell you what causes that, Shannon. In case you don't know.
Yeah. In saying that, what am I doing? Minimize. Share. Application window. So I'll show you one of my most frustrating moments. Who's ready for this? Who's ready for the horror? Boom. Who here wants to use resin? Who likes to cast a river with resin? Come at me. Come at me, because I've got experience. So anyway, just to give you a bit of clarification, my river is made from clear casting resin. So it's the kind of resin you use to, you know, like if you've got a butterfly or a spider or a flower that you want to put into like a clear cube or a clear orb or whatever, that's the kind of resin you use. Anyway, so I used it and I thought I had my riverbed sealed. And apparently I didn't. And yeah, you can see the damage and how much of my layout I had to cut out to fix the damage. a lot of the resin's still underneath the foam board. But like that's some of the repairs I had to do. There's a nice close-up. The hours it took me to, you know, chisel that resin off the MDF.
Were those the kind of moments where you just sit there and go, oh, I've had enough. It's doing my head in. I've got to walk away from this before I kill somebody.
Yeah. But in saying
Shannon,
that,
you could have been modeling Florida there and just made it a sinkhole.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I could have. But yeah, like, I did all the repairs. You know, like, there's another picture. Like, look, you can even see the liquid nails I used on the foam. The liquid nail survived. The foam that was attached to was gone. And, like, you can see the cavities everywhere. And a lot of these cavities I filled in with expander foam, you know, because there wasn't anything structurally that I need to worry about in regards to, like, you know, track laying or anything like that. So I just expander foamed it. But in saying that, like, there was a section of track I ripped up. You know, you can see how it was eaten away.
It's like a cave.
Yeah. But in saying that, after doing all the work, let me find that one photo, which, that'd be right. See, when you save photos, for some reason they don't save in the order you want them to. And now, I'll just share this other photo. And that's what it looks like now. Can't even tell.
That looks good. Yeah.
Yep. So, I can say that's one of my most frustrating moments. One of my more recent moments was probably when I was installing a couple of sander coaters. That was fun. And a lot of people who watches Trackside Beans with us, you know, I did have a good rant like, God damn it, I've done this again, I've done it again. And basically, I've been doing this new thing. So I've been doing this new thing where I order micro plugs from China, and I've been converting all my rolling stock into plug and play. So if a decoder does blow up, I'm not there soldering away and going, I have to solder this wire to that wire to that wire, heat shrink, blah, blah. I just basically have to unplug it, unsolder the wires, solder the wires to the plug it back in, and Bob's your uncle. Anyway, so I was doing it to one of my locos, put it on the track, and I'm just sitting there and I go, okay, I've got the whistle, I've got the bell, I've got the horn, I've got the lights, I've got everything. Why don't I have a motor? 10 minutes I was fault finding this damn decoder, this ESU lock sound select, and then all of a sudden, I'm literally staring and going, what the hell's going on? And then all of a sudden, bang! And I'm just looking at it going, really?
Because you know it's really hard to get that smoke back in, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, have you ever tried to catch the genie? I mean, that genie's pretty quick. Oh, so... Yeah, so anyway, so that was that one. And then I pulled it out. And then put another one in it. Got that running fine. Then another loco had a dead decoder in it. So I pulled the decoder out of the one I just refitted. Pulled it out, put into this one. Unplugged the speaker wires. Didn't take note of the speaker wires flailing around. And all of a sudden they touched the track. And I short out the amplifier. So there's 2 decoders in 2 days. And I'm just like, oh God. So after that, I had a look at the first decoder. Tried to figure out what was wrong with it. And thankfully, I managed to repair it with some parts from the other one. So I got one out of the 2, which was good. Actually, what time is it? Ooh, 25 minutes into the show already. Wow.
Yeah, talking about shortening out stuff. I was redoing some stuff on the bridge to get it running just a little bit better on my timber trestle.
Yes, I remember this.
And I redid the guardrails with smaller code. I put code 40 guardrails on it. It looks a lot better. Well, at the ends of all of my bridges, I glued down the PC board ties so that I can solder the rails coming off the bridge and coming onto the bridge together where they join, so they're not moving around. And I ran the guardrail into the ground surface area over the ballast there, and then went to turn it on, and it was shortened. And I'm like, well, where is this thing shortening? I mean, I went over this thing for 2 hours trying to find the short, and I couldn't find it. Usually it's something laying across the rails or something because I'm in there working, but it took me forever. And I finally went over it just over the bridge with a fine tooth comb, because that's all I had done was put that guardrail on. Well, when I extended it past the end of the bridge, I went over those PC board ties. Well, because I had painted them, you couldn't tell they were PC board ties, and I'd forgotten they were there, and I'd run that rail across both of them. So now it was shortened across, and it was an easy fix. You just cut off the end of it and fix it. But
yeah, if you can find it.
That was 2 hours it took me to find that. And you flip it on and it's short, and you flip it back off, and you look and you look and you look, and you can't find any place where there's something that should be shorting. And you flip it on and still shorting. So yeah, until you figure it out, it's very frustrating.
Yeah. Actually, we just had Heath Humanity Junction just join us, and it sounds like he's having a bit of a frustrating moment at the moment. His girlfriend has him doing apartment projects as she's redecorating. You know, so that's pretty frustrating for us more railroaders. You know, less time on the railroad. And unfortunately, if Heath's girlfriend ever meets me now, I'm gonna get a clobbering.
Happy wife, happy life.
Mm.
Oh,
we've got Wilma in here. Hey, Wilma. Just trying to see. Okay, I guess for the moment, chat's slowing down a little bit. So I will play. I do have an intermission video for us to look at. Not really. Actually, I guess we could talk in the background because, as some of you guys know, I don't have Facebook anymore because they think I'm spamming people, and yeah, no one's attending the offices at Facebook, so I can't get it appealed or get back. So I'm still waiting for them to man the offices. So I started reaching out into other social media platforms. So I've jumped onto Reddit, Discord. I've gone back onto a forum that I used to be heavily part of, nscale.net, which is all about nscale. So I'm on that as well. But in saying that, through Reddit, I was talking to a guy, and I can't remember his name. I'll have to find his name and put it in the description below. But he gave me a link, and he gave me permission to show essentially progress photos of his layout, you know. And I have invited him to, you know, watch the show with us as well, but here we go. So I'll share it with you guys as well so you can see it, because otherwise it's going to look weird. There we go. Share. So like, this is the start of his photo album. Actually, I'll press play.
Shannon, can you make that window bigger? You've still got Claude's photo in the background.
Do I?
Yep.
Oh, I do too. Actually, you know what? There's an easy way for me to do this. There's an easy way. What am I doing? Stop that.
No, it's showing
I'll just
up
go
okay.
boom. Oh, I just had it too.
It's showing up fully, his picture.
Next month. There we go. We'll do that. So yeah, so this guy is a photographer by trade, and he's just started doing model railroading. So this is his first layout. Hey Heath, can you quickly explain to Wilma what Reddit is in the chat? Like, I'd explain, but I'm currently doing some camera work. So as you can see, he's modelling modern trains at the moment. It's got foam underlay. Looks like he's using Pico track as well. Come on. So that's one of his progress photos of his layout. You know, it's a simple, it's like a folded dog bone setup, to give you an idea. And you can see he's running NCE power cab. But yeah, like I spoke to this guy for I think a couple of hours, just talking, talking about his layout. He was asking me a couple of questions like, how did you do this? How did you do that? Because the reason I got in contact with him is because he saw a photo I posted on Reddit in regarding to my workshop that I have on my layout, and he's asked me what kit did I buy, or did I scratch build it, or how I came about it, and spoke to him for a while, explained to what I did. I'll just quickly forward through some of these photos because, like you can see here, he's got a bit of a yard happening out to the front. Start cleaning up everything, filling things in. And I think he's been at this for the last 6 to 8 months from memory. He's making some portals with the pink foam, carving them out from scratch. Which I applaud him on, because not a lot of people actually think about doing that with foam, because that kind of compressed foam is quite easy to carve. So similar thing, he's got removable tops for the mountains as he's working on it. But yeah, you can see the progress he's done. He's got a coal mine up there. He's working on the mountain.
That is a cool little coal mine.
Oh yeah, it got in a really good spot as well. So you can see he's going to put a town up on there. It's got the bridge in, tunnel portal that he carved. It's actually really bugging me. I need to remember his name. I've got to find his name. Now, Claude, you've used this stuff before. What is that stuff that is used over that mountain? You're using it for waterfall.
Magic water?
No, not magic water. It's that foamy stuff. That I remember you suggesting on
the fibrous material. I was just using old dryer sheets, this anesthetic dryer sheets that you put in the dryer when you dry your clothes.
Yeah.
And just pull it apart, and it's very fibrous, so it makes a good little water spray look.
Yeah. Well, here he's using it to actually place over his foam before, I think, molding it.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
Well, it would give the plaster something to stick to, because that's one thing. If you're going to put plaster on that, whether it's sculpt mold or regular plaster, it doesn't want to stick to the plaster or to the foam board very well.
Yeah, you have to roughen it up.
So if you put something else on there that you can actually glue to the foam board, then that gives the plaster something to adhere to.
But yeah,
you could also probably take a brush and just rough it up, but using that stuff would work really well.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, I spoke to this guy for a couple of hours, and yeah, as I said, he was happy for me to, show these photos to you guys. To kind of see.
He did a really nice job with that little, I don't know what he's using that for. Is it like a culvert, or is he going to have a bridge going across there?
In one of the earlier photos, he did have a bridge in there with the loco.
He did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, and even the coal mine, he's got this little recess that goes underground and he's got the road tracks as well where the machinery come up. And yeah, he's been over the last few months he's been working on it. He's actually done a lot of work, and it's been actually really good. You know, it's got all the fencing and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that fencing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, from what I remember, those toilet bits on the fence is the springs in those clicky pens, and you just stretch them out.
There you go. Yeah, stretch them out and paint them.
Mm.
Wow.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in N scale, it looks like razor wire.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go, Claude. So there, he's got the bridge just in there as a static display. But yeah, that's currently where it's at now. He's got it up that stage, and he upgraded to an ESU controller. But that's basically where he's at now. Just gonna try and see. Oh, here we go. Greg Raspberry, that's his name. So yeah, so you know, if Greg ever does get the chance to watch the show, if he's not watching already, you know, like, yeah, it's really, you know, as I said, for what he's been doing, they're actually, you know, he's been doing really good. So, but yeah, you can see he does air shows as well, sports. He does a whole lot of photography as well. But we'll get into that maybe another show.
I agree with everybody here on chat talking about it, but yeah, I've jumped off Facebook for the same reason. Too much drama. Completely agree with you there, Roy.
Anyone happy with Inception?
You got the wrong camera. There you go.
I've got to go around through the different cameras because that camera I've got up there is my microphone. Because if I use this one, everyone gets the echo. But yeah, apart from that, let's see. What did I miss in chat? Because I wasn't paying attention to chat. Anyone fill in?
They're explaining to Wilma the different forums and stuff like that.
Ah, okay. I like Heath's description. Claude, you should really tell me when you're doing that so I can maximize you.
Oh, you don't need to maximize that.
Too late to maximize now.
But yeah, Allie wanted to see it.
That looks good. I'm quite impressed by how the black turned out, because I thought the black was like, it was going to be more of a greyish black, but it's actually a black.
Well, this is a different T-shirt on this particular one. I didn't change from what they had. I don't remember what they called this, but it's very soft too. They're all very comfortable shirts.
Yeah, they're nice.
Heath, if you just want to send me an email in regards to that blog thing, I'll get onto it and have a look.
Speaking of blogs, if people are interested, my club ran a WA SN 3.5 blog. I stopped posting on it a while back because it was too much for me to be involved. I had to cut back a lot of my involvement for personal reasons. But yeah, that one's got a great source of information about SN 3.5 and our particular prototype of Western Australian Government Railways and all that sort of stuff. So if you want to learn a little bit more about it and see some photos, jump on there. It's called WASN Modeler. If you just Google that, it's the first.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
My bad.
See, be careful what you ask for.
I clicked the wrong button. I was meant to do this.
Not the blue screen of death.
This is one of the other frustrating moments.
Yes, when the cameraman clicks the wrong button. Like, I was kind of doing the right thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I just got to open another tab, and when I do, I'll click the actual web page instead. I'm like, oh, uh-oh. Not sure if anyone heard me drop the S-bomb, but...
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. So this is what Ally's talking about. I'll put that in the link below on this video as well, so Anyway, I'll back out of that so we can all see I was there down the bottom. Anyway, so any more frustrating moments from anyone? Let's have a look.
Does it have to be train related?
I guess if it affects you working on trains, I guess it's a frustrating moment.
Steve 87 says he said frustrating moment for him is going to the train shows and looking at the models and really trying not to drop kick other visitors younger or older than me.
Yeah. Actually, I can attest to that as well with Steve at 87. With basically, because I exhibit my layout at train shows, but because of all this showstopper stuff, obviously I haven't. But the amount of times I'll be there behind the layout, and I've got 3 signs. 3 signs that, you know, 2 of them at the very front that says you can look but not touch, and then 1 in the middle that says you can ask questions. All right. And, you know, there's layouts either side of me, so, you know, it's the only spot I can have it. And the amount of times kids would run up, put their hand over the perspex, and I go, no. And the kid kind of looks at me like, oh, and then the parents come and look at me, and they just give me this look of, why did you tell my child off? And I'm just sitting there going, excuse me, parent, do you have $800? To replace that locomotive if your child breaks it? So
yeah, there's frustrating moments like that. Or you go to train shows and you look at all those great brand new models that are coming out, and you sit there and you go, oh, I've got no money, can't afford them. I want to buy everything.
see, that's where I go, honey, can I borrow some money out of the billing account, and you put the money back in the billing account, and then I'll pay you back later. Love you. Click.
You're braver than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, side note, this is going off track, but you can actually tell what generation someone comes from by asking them, how do you make a symbol, you know, what physical action do you do for a phone? So, you know, old generation, you know, they do this, right? You know what the new generation does? You know,
I've never noticed that before.
well, when I first saw it, I'm thinking, I'm just looking at it going, why they go, oh, that's right, because all phones are flat now, aren't they? They don't have a handle anymore. You don't grab the handle and be like, hello. It's like, hello. So, yeah, so.
You can't slam them down either.
Yeah.
You break them.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to know what you know, if they're going to annoy you, just go hold the phone, make a phone with your hand and hold it up to your ear. If they do this, walk away. Just walk away. It's not worth it.
Rob Butler says, build a really nice model for someone, pack it, ship it, and it arrives destroyed. Yeah, I've done that before. Not with trains, but other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an easy solution for that. If you ever, like, this is my rule of thumb, if you're ever going to send anything by any courier company, whether it be the local post service or FedEx or any of those third-party couriers, pack it in a way so once it's packed, you are comfortable to kick it across your lounge room floor. If you are comfortable enough to kick it across the floor, then it's safe to send.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
good.
want me to do that with your stuff, Shannon?
Steve, I used to do it with BMW parts, but with the BMW parts, the packing room was upstairs, and basically I'd look at the page and go, "Am I comfortable throwing this down the stairs?" Whoop, and watch it go doosh.
And Steve, just put his stuff on the floor and kick it into the box.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, he panicked. You die of a heart attack. Shannon.
Bernard's got something here too. He said, frustrating looking at 60 to 80 open big boxes of trains and no place yet to put them.
Hang on, doesn't Bernard
Yeah,
model
that
NSCAR?
is frustrating.
Hang on, doesn't
I'm
Bernard?
becoming the same way with all my scenery stuff. I've got a lot of scenery stuff I'd like to put on the layout, but I got no place to put it yet.
Yeah.
How about frustrating moments when life keeps you from working on your railroad and your trains?
Well, we can't help you got the wrong drop color.
Don't remind me. No, we got the right one. It's
Valley
just the
Railroad.
wrong color.
I will watch your Thursday live stream replay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Who's replaying?
Indian Head Valley Railroad. He featured an S-scale layout.
Did I?
Oh, I missed. Was that last Thursday? I missed that one, I think.
Yeah.
I think I did too.
You may have to go back and check that one out.
Yeah, I think all of us are on the same boat. Like, oh, we all better go check on that. Grandpa Rails, hello. Do you have a frustrating moment? Jason, Shannon working on shipping quality control. I'm your man. You need something shipped? Come to me. Fred Wild. Oh, actually, didn't that happen to Sparky? Fred? Who did it happen to? Basement floods.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. Who was that?
Was it Sparky?
No, it wasn't Sparky.
What?
Basement flooding with a layout. In the basement.
Yeah, I think it was Sparky, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I thought it was Sparky.
Sparky, can you confirm or deny this? Because
Oh,
Redbird
Redbird Tony.
Redbird.
Redbird Tony.
Redbird Tony,
Jeez.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Oh, it did happen to Sparky.
I thought it did.
Yeah, there you go.
But I had two of them that flooded. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Glad I don't have a basement.
I live on the first floor, so.
Well, actually, Ali, is there anywhere in Australia that uses basements apart from multiplex buildings with basement car parks?
Yeah, I don't know many places in Australia that actually have basements.
Unless they're a multiplex with a basement car park.
Yeah. I don't know any houses or anything like that that actually have basements. Also, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, bell icon, get that bell on.
Yep. Actually, in saying that, I'm looking at the chat right now because I'm just waiting for a message to pop up. And I know it's going to pop up, and if it doesn't, I'm going to add it to my list of GER.
List of GER.
Well, I'd use more colourful words, but we're a PG show. Hang on, Jack? Jack's not here, are they? Oh, Joe Raider, he's here. Rail fan at lessons learned. Don't build a layout in the basement. You might live on top of the hill and you're not flood prone, Jason, but if there's a fire that's starting at the bottom, remember, heat rises, so the fire's going to catch up to your house pretty quick.
Yep.
Ooh. Sparky said Flying Crow and Zane's train's roof collapsed on their layout. Oh, that would not be good.
Oh.
That's more than frustrating there.
Actually, here you go. So Steve 87 is saying Jack, who's I know him from another channel. His AC went out on him, and the layout room got over 95 degrees. I can imagine a lot of plastics doing this.
I found that out the hard way. I left some trains in the car once. I'd never do that again because I melted quite a few of my.
Yeah, it's not good to leave anything in the car that'll melt in the summertime.
Yes, it worked. It worked. It worked. Sweet. So that means I get to go to emails. If I can function emails.
everyone check out what Nightbot just said?
Oh, wrong email.
John, Grandpa Rails, you're next on the list for the traveling boxcar. Yes, you are.
Which one's that, Steve? The HO or the N?
That's the HO.
It's the HO, the one that Chuck
And
had.
Yeah, and John, I sent you a message to the phone number that Shannon gave me. So if it's not yours, if it didn't get to your phone, somebody's going to be wondering who in the hell is sending them a message.
I got a question for Steve 87 and Chuck on the key rings. Did they come intact? Because there's, with the shipping with the envelope, I wanted to make sure they actually made it okay. Was it, getting through the machines and stuff?
Okay, let's see. Sleep chats. I don't need that. Here we go. Okay, so we've got.
Oh, you're the other one with. He's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. But I do have something to mention about Heath in a minute. So, but for the moment,
Oh crap, Chuck! You should have gotten it. You should have already gotten them.
Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So the topics we've got left to pick, and Nancy has sent us some more topics. So let's see. So we've got using vehicles on model railroads. That's topic 1. Pros and cons of track systems. So, unitrack versus flex track, etc., etc. We've got mistakes that beginner model railroaders make. That's topic number 3. Topic number 4, how to choose the best track plan for the size scale you are modeling. And topic number 5, how to properly power your track to DC and or DCC and placing feeders. So there's 5 topics. So in the next 5 minutes, everyone have a quick think what you guys want us to talk about next week. And whilst you guys are all doing that, Heath from Humanity Junction has actually asked me to let everyone know. So as you know, down on the bottom of our screen, we have the banner going, with all the live shows and shows that are going on during the week. So this Tuesday, Heath from Humanity Junction or Human City Junction, however you want to pronounce his YouTube name, is hosting On Track Tuesdays. This Tuesday, which the time of it actually escapes me right now. Someone might be able to correct me.
Well, Wilmer can put out the time.
Yeah, Wilmer, if you know the time over the top of your head, just pop in the chat and I'll speak it out. But this Tuesday coming, Humanity Junction, Human City Junction, Heath is holding On Track Tuesdays this Tuesday coming up. So get over there. If you're on the show, if you follow the show, jump on it. Thank you, Sparky. 7 p.m. Eastern. So 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. Humanity Junction On Track Tuesdays. So now that I've said that, what topic are we doing next week? Okay, guys, are we doing 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Everyone's gone so quiet. What's going on?
I'm glad you got yours, Steve.
Maybe just run through them again, Shannon.
Okay, I'll run through them again. So we've got using vehicles on your model railroads.
1.
Pros and cons of track systems. So as I said, like unitrack versus flex track, that kind of deal. Topic number 3 was mistakes that beginner model railroaders make. Topic number 4, how to choose the best track plan for the size scale you are modeling. And topic number 5, how to properly power your track for DC and or DCC, and placing feeders. So those are the 5 topics that we're putting out to you guys today. You know, we want you guys to choose. So far we've got number 3. So number 3 is mistakes that beginner model railroaders make. We've got 1 vote for number 4. Anyone else want to vote in?
Another one.
3 for 3, 4. Yep, 3. 5.
Oh, Sparky. Leave it up to Sparky.
Yeah, Sparky. 4. So number. Okay.
107. There you go.
107.
We can talk about Sparky.
Yeah. Hang on, Sparky. Let me start dividing that on itself, and let's see how far down I get. So.
That's fun.
Okay, I'm going to count back from 20, and we'll count out the votes and see what we're talking about next week. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So by having a quick look at it, it looks like it's going to be number 3. So topic number 3 was mistakes that beginner model railroaders make.
Why did Dwight Curley copy Grandpa Rail with 89?
Yeah, I don't know where 89 come from. And Fred, I will be doing that soon. It's just at the moment they're all on emails, and I don't want to display everyone's emails on screen and then have them get spammed by spammers. Because, yeah, it can happen. But I'll sort that out by next week, hopefully. Because I do need to keep track of all the topics we talk about and start crossing them out. Dwight, really? Really, Dwight? Really? Really? I just look at the screen and I just see the number and I'm just like, really?
Hey, Rail Fanner had one that he wanted to add to the list, I think. How do you do railroad operations?
Okay,
So
who was
that
that?
would be a good one too.
Who was that?
Rail Fanner.
Rail Fanner.
Yeah.
I was going to get onto that, Train Freak. Thanks for bringing that up as well. 24 watching, 16 likes. What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Okay, in saying that, Ralph Anna, if you can just send us an email with that, because, you know, it does get a bit hard for me to go back and watch the videos and go through the chat and actually pick out what people have said in regards to topics. So if you can send us an email is down in the description. If you guys actually look at the description now, I've actually fixed it up. And it has been, what's the word I'm after? Approved by Ally. She's approved it. Because she's looked at it. Because my English sucks. My English sucks and she picks on my English, so...
Hang on, wait, what? What have I approved? Just smile and nod?
The description layout of the videos.
Those are down.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so in saying that, everyone, you know, before you do get off the computer, once the show finishes, get down and have a quick look at the description, have a read. You know, as I said, I've sorted it all out.
Spelling's up to date.
Yeah, it's now all up to date, so have a look. You know, all our emails in the correct spots. You can find our merchandise with the Teesprings link. You got the instructions on how to get keychains, how to join the traveling boxcar, our Facebook page, which, as much as everyone understands how technologically retarded he is, but Steve is going to be in charge of that now.
Sucked in.
So,
Well, and remember, all the proceeds off of all the merchandise goes back into the show for prizes, for contests. So
yeah,
Goes back to you guys.
none of us are making any money off of it.
yeah, none of us will make any money off the prizes at all. But yeah, so we're going to be and we've, and in saying that, between us four at the moment, a couple of other guys, we have been debating, what to do for prizes, but we've now come up, we're going to try and keep it nice and simple because, we do want everyone to have a chance to win prizes of some sort. And obviously, with that, obviously there's a lot of people that model HO, a lot of people model M scale. But we found it was a bit unfair for anyone, outside those two scales. So we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're going to go with something like gift cards or something like that to train shops. We do have a couple of ideas on who we're going to use, but we're not going to let you guys know until later on once we start figuring out how much we'll do for first prize, second prize, and third prize and all that, because obviously it will take time to figure out what's coming in. But yeah, any suggestions you have, anything you want to join, anything you want to purchase or anything like that, look down in the description. Go from there. Is there anything else anyone else wants to add before I shut down the stream?
We've only got 17 likes and there's been 25 people watching. What's going on, guys?
The things are broken. That's my excuse.
Things are broken.
And if people have any negative feedback or anything like that, or stuff that you think we should need to fix, send us an email. Yeah, because if you think like something that we're doing is not working or unprofessional or anything like that, we'd like to know so we can fix it up.
Unprofessional.
Tell us now. Put it in the chat.
Unprofessional, but that means I have to leave.
Yeah, you can't tell them that because then that would be everything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dwight, go down into the link into the description below. So if you go down to the description below, you'll find the link to our online store.
Yep.
Or if not, the instructions for how to get a keychain.
That's better. Now the likes are getting up there.
Yeah. So apart from that, I've got nothing else to add. Claude, you've got anything to add?
No.
That's an awesome shirt.
See, other way, Ali, you got to point the other way.
Oh, that way.
Yeah.
Check out his awesome shirt.
Yep. And Steve, you have anything to add?
No, get your shirts, get your mugs, and hats. Chuck asked about hats. That's kind of in the works too.
Yeah, it's a little different animal, so it's taking a little bit longer, but still working on that. I haven't had a chance to do it this week, so
yeah,
I'm working on it this week, but I'll continue to try and get some hats on there too.
All right, easy done. Anyway, guys, thanks again for joining us for another show. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Obviously, everyone, the likes are coming up on this channel, on this video, and click that bell icon.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep. Otherwise, as again, down in the description, you can find our email. If you want to abuse us, we'll cop it. It's the only way we're going to learn. As I said, topics, if you can send us 3 topics, if everyone sends us 3 topics, I can guarantee we'll have videos coming out our ears every day. And, maybe even possible if some of those topics, I know if I can see a topic where I can go, oh, I'm going to do that this week, I might just post out a video. I'll have these guys jump on, we'll have a chin wag, I'll edit it, so it's just about the topic and edit out the jargon, but, I'll work on, if I'm working on something that's in relation to a topic, we'll discuss it, I'll upload it, and we might, start doing that as well. So, but, the ball's in your park, guys, so let us know. Thanks again. Have a good weekend, and
Bye, everyone.
if you're going to do anything, do it better.
Be good at that.
See you next week.
Now I've got to find the right screen because I've got like 6 screens open on my computer now. Which screen? And don't forget Humanity Junction on Track Tuesdays. Bye.
Bye again.
Bye.